G'day mates, in today's video I want to kick off talking about the new update and how it's affecting competitive, because you guys keep asking me, Aussie, what shotgun should I be using? The drum shotgun, the striker shotgun, which one's better? I'm going to answer all of that after watching all the games today, because some teams really popped off with the new changes and some teams really struggled. So I'm going to talk about which teams were able to qualify, which weren't through to the next round of FNCS. Also, I have to go through this absolutely ridiculous team who just beat out teams like Tayson and Chapix with 0 eliminations. And I know we've talked about heal-offs on the channel before, but this one is absolutely ridiculous. They might even make grand finals with this strategy. Also, we just had Chica announced as the new Icon Series skin. It is one of the cleanest skins I have ever seen, and you guys can win it for free in a tournament today. So I'll give you all the details on that. It's a lot to talk about. Let's just jump into it. Let's kick off talking about what's going on with FNCS, because today was round 2, and in the major regions it went from top 2,000 who qualified from round 1 down to top 500, which is a little bit harder. If you guys watched many of the games, you probably noticed the top 2,000 really wasn't that difficult for most of the big teams. Top 500 was going to be a lot harder, and it was also a really good chance to see how the new shotgun meta was affecting the game, because you got to remember the shotgun meta and the tilted update came out after round 1. This is our first proper chance to see it. And you guys have been asking me everywhere on Twitter, Twitch comments, YouTube, Aussie, what's the best shotgun? Should I use striker? Should I use drum shotgun? What are the pros using? How's tilted going? All that stuff. So it's our first chance to see it. To answer the first one, tilted towers. Tilted towers is still a viable drop spot. The leakers made it look like it was worse than what it actually was. It only really took out a few buildings, but what the leakers showed is probably what tilted is going to look like as it gets destroyed further. As the blimp comes down, tilted is going to be a wasteland. So if you're looking to find a new drop, I would do it sooner rather than later out of tilted. We still had Benji and Savage qualified today, pop off from tilted. I actually think they did better today in round 2 than round 1 because less people were dropping tilted, because a lot of people thought it was just a complete wasteland. As far as the shotguns, this is the interesting one. Both the striker pump shotgun and the drum shotgun are both insane now. They are both incredibly strong. I saw some ridiculous clips today. One comes to mind of Flowiz from EU hitting like 3 max damage shots in endgame. I saw one from Clicks. I'll get my editor throw it up here as well. Clicks just going absolutely insane with the new striker pump shotgun, just hitting so many 150 plus shots in a row. It is incredibly strong, but the drum shotgun is equally, if not more strong. And I know that sounds crazy. It just puts out so much damage and so much pressure. It is more of a playstyle thing. Yes, if you want to go for edits and play a couple boxes back and really time your shots and hit those 150 plus big shots, then yeah, the striker pump shotgun will work for you. The drum shotgun still does what the drum shotgun did before, but arguably even better. If you guys didn't see, the nerf to it was supposed to be to its range, but I'm still seeing people hit for 50 damage from like 2 to 3 boxes away because they hit a headshot. But what was buffed was the headshot damage. So if you can consistently get in a box now and hit drum shotgun headshots, you are going to put out almost more damage than any weapon we've ever seen. This is starting to get close to the primal shotgun. It's not as far as the primal shotgun before the nerf, but it's pretty crazy. So before I was recommending using the drum shotgun in solos because you could just jump in and cheese someone, and then I was saying use the striker pump shotgun in duos to go for more angles and follow up with an SMG. I've kind of flipped that. The striker pump shotgun in solos right now when fighting is insane, because if you play angles properly, you can hit such ridiculously high damage shots. The drum shotgun though for duos, especially in FNCS right now, just puts out so much damage. You can double box jump on teams with double drum shotgun and there is just no way they out damage you. Even if they hit a godly max like 150, 170 striker pump to the face, you're gonna kill them by the time they swap weapons. I'm not even kidding. It is insane. And when you have 12 bullets endgame in servers that they're better than they were before the car update, but they're not as good as what they were before the tilted update. Whatever happened with the tilted update has made the servers a little bit laggier. The drum shotgun just lets you stick to people and put down so much damage. The problem with solos, the drum shotgun is if you jump in and try to use it and the other player and you don't kill them, the other player is now going to play angles. They're going to play slow. They're going to play distance. And because of the range nerf to the drum shotgun, as much as it wasn't that crazy and how strong the striker pump is now, they will probably win if they're a good player. The one thing is for sure though, it is absolutely completely unviable now to run an AR and SMG. you have to run a shotgun these days. Either a striker shotgun or drum shotgun, you should be running it. Whether you pair that up with a burst rifle or an SMG because you're endgame, you want to be running a shotgun. I really like burst rifle, drum shotgun, and then triple meds because since you don't really need that spray weapon because you've got the drum shotgun, it lets you do more. Trying to run a burst rifle striker pump shotgun, it's really going to come down to you hitting good burst shots if you don't hit a max damage pump, but it also means you don't really have a lot of wall pressuring if you want to take a wall with your weapon or if you want to spray down and put pressure on something. But if you then run SMG shotgun while being like striker shotgun, while being really, really good end game, it is going to leave you a little bit short in the early and mid game, especially when looking for surge. So you play around with both of those, but all I'm going to say is run a shotgun. As always with these videos, I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you guys to follow who qualified and who didn't. Despite being top 500, which is a bit harder to get, we really didn't have too many teams that missed out. On EU, the only really teams that missed out were the ones that maybe people want to see do well, but haven't been grinding that much, like Wolfies and Metro and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy there. But on NA, we did have a couple of upsets. Two main ones come to mind. We had Ocus and Nut, which are, you know, one of the teams that has been absolutely dominating Cash Cups so far, has been placing incredibly highly, really consistently out of Tilted Towers. Maybe the destruction of Tilted has hurt Ocus and Nut more than it did Benji and Savage. And then Fatch and Pamstu, the French-Canadian duo who I've been hyping up a lot, especially last season, for being one of the most consistent duos. I think the car update is affecting them quite heavily with their split that they do up near the Lighthouse area. So unfortunately for both those teams, they missed out. But across the board, outside of that, pretty much everyone else made it through. So you're probably going to ask me about Miro, Benji Savage, Centered, literally any other pro you can think of that I would consider very notable has made it through. Obviously, I can't run through every single person who qualified and didn't, but those are the main ones who missed out. My video tomorrow recapping who makes it through round 3, that's when it's going to be big. Remember, the round that takes place today, as of you watching this video, is now going from top 500 down to 50. Now we're going to start losing it. There is one team I wanted to highlight in particular. FA Vontrex02 and Creed Jason, who got 122 points, coming top 30, beating teams like PKR and Teak, Tripper and Thomas, Tayson and Chapix with 0 eliminations. Now, you probably know what that means. They're a heal-off team. And yes, you're probably sick of hearing about heal-off, but this team is doing it to just an absolutely ridiculous degree. They are doing it better than Cray right now. And I don't want to call out Cray because obviously my man popularized the heal-off strat. He is absolutely ridiculous at it. But watching this team, more specifically Vontrex, blows my mind. Apparently, this guy has been practicing this in pro scrims to get this strategy down to a T, and it is insane. I saw this guy win a 27-minute game, which means that all the zones closed out. His opponent healed off for a minute and he still out healed him and had like 5 floppers and 2 med miss left. I'm pretty sure under good circumstances, this guy can make it to 30 minutes into a Fortnite game. Remember, zone closes out around 26 minutes. It is ridiculous, including healing through Surge. Some of their games were active Surge. They got 122 points. They beat Tayson by doing heal off. It is ridiculous. Now, they mostly do it at Camp Cuddle and Covert, and it's this absolute ridiculous strategy of like stacking up floppers and med miss in one little pile and then rotating and then campfiring, using them rotating. But it's down to like, at one point I saw him get a med miss down to 4 health, stop, swing the pickaxe on the slurp chuck that was 1 hit, get full health, hit the zip line. Like everything is to an exact second, and it just blows my mind. There is a chance that this team makes it to grand finals. Lobbies are going to be more stacked tomorrow, so there's going to be more surge, but the fact they came top 30, which means they can get top 50, means we could see them in the set lobby finals. And if they make set lobby finals, they could win some of these games. I don't know if Epic's going to come back and nerf heal off like they did in the past when Cray was getting really, really popular for doing it. And I think they got rid of small fries was their way of fixing it last time. I don't know what they could do this time. There are lots of ways to fix it, and I've made my point on this in the past. I find the heal offs really, really fun. I understand why people like them, but when you are taking points away from teams that are playing, I don't want to say properly because that upsets people, because this strategy takes so much time and practice. My argument is there's no counterplay. Unless a team is just going to sit in Storm and camp them the entire time, there is really no way to counter what they're doing. Therefore, it's not really competitive. If someone's doing a strategy that another player or team has no way of stopping them or beating them, then I don't really think that is fair for competitive. I think it's hilarious. I think it's fun, and I'm sure Epic's going to try try to get rid of it, but as they always do every time they get rid of it, these guys come up with a new strategy. I don't know if because they're going to drop Camp Cuddle, there'll be other teams around like Malibuca who are going to be pushing a lot more aggressively out of covert and kind of heading that direction. I don't know. But the fact that these guys came top 30 with 0 kills, I had to at least talk about it. Next up, I'm super excited to talk about the new Icon Series skin being announced, and it's none other than Chica. And hear me out, I like all the Icon Series skins. They are really, really well done, but this one might have to be my favorite because you have the full fancy styles with the rainbows and the mask. They've done such a good job with the skin, but when you go the more basic styles, it's actually just a really, really clean, minimal skin. I almost guarantee a pro is gonna pick this up as their main skin, and it's gonna become a sweat skin. But the main reason I'm happy to talk about it is Chica, out for my heart, has announced a skin cup, and we have had a massive lack of skin cup, not even this season, this chapter. In the last 2 seasons, we've had like almost none. There isn't a huge heads up though. It's taking place today as of me making this video. It is going to be the 5th. It's going to be duos. It's 25 points per win and 1 per elim. So it's going to be a pretty fun tournament. I imagine it's going to be pretty stacked for a no build tournament because there is a very, very good skin on the line, and they're not just giving the skin out to like 10 or 100 people. They're giving it out to like top 1,800 duos on EU. So there's a very, very good chance you win the skin. So make sure you guys are playing. All right, guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.